Warrior, Beard, it's your main event. It is Chris Jordan.
Yeah. My main event is the best of 5 series, my friend. I'm sorry.
Chris Jordan, very impressive at Slugfest against Mr. MAW or Invite. A new, more vicious side, but I guess my question is, how are things going in Titletown?
Hey, he's vicious and delicious. He just didn't get the job done at Summit.
Oh, hold on.
I think it was one too many beers.
A correction here.
One too many beards?
Oh.
From Titletown, USA, Green Bay, Wisconsin, he weighs in at 207 pounds, Chris Jordan.
Once ain't enough, guys. We had to be told twice.
From the Spriggle Dojo, he weighs in today at 210 pounds. This is Damon Spriggle.
Beard, interesting matchup here. Veteran against relative newcomer. What are your thoughts?
Damon Spriggle has done well for himself. I don't think people thought much of him heading into the Prospect Cup with some flashier, bigger opponents, but bringing his Spriggle style to MAW in the Prospect Cup tournament and now stacking up against Chris Jordan, I think he might be surprised. I think that he might take Damon Spriggle a little too lightly.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Jordan, very experienced. He's faced all types of styles through his years and years here in Minnesota wrestling, but has he ever encountered Spriggle style?
Handshake. Maybe Chris Jordan has turned over a new leaf after Summit on Tuesday night.
Probably.
Damon Spriggle asking the crowd, should I shake his hand?
Oh! Or maybe he hasn't.
I'm going to say this right now. I think Chris Jordan was always the negative influence on Pete Huge, not the other way around.
Are you saying that he put the junk in Junk Squad? Oh,
Chris Jordan, collar and elbow lock up with Damon Spriggle, walking him into that corner.
That's nice.
Just
Hey, buddy.
really disrespectful, though. Look at him, Beard. He just kind of standing in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, Spriggle, to his credit, taking in stride, not getting worked up about it. I think it's one of the things that has been his strength thus far in that Prospect Cup tournament. He, even when being put in a tough spot in matchups, has been able to maintain that composure, and here giving it right back to him. And Chris Jordan looks a little incredulous right now.
Oh, nice side headlock takeover. Quick.
You know, I like it. I think wrestlers should more often check each other.
Oh! Roll through, and a 2 count from High Talem.
Jordan with that hook in that waist lock and pulling Spriggle over deep into the shoulders. When we see these two as far as groundwork, as we know, Spriggle probably one of the better strikers around, especially with that vicious lariat and those strong rolling elbows. Warrior, when it comes to a ground game, who do you think? Oh wow, great reversal. Who do you think has a superior ground game?
I think you've got to go Chris Jordan. I mean, just the experience alone. I mean, he's always been a master tactician.
I think he just told the crowd, I've been doing this far too long for a side headlock.
I couldn't have said it better to myself, and I didn't.
Oh, working all the way through, Beard.
Jordan, longer and leaner, able to use that leverage time and time again there on Damon Spriggle and those pinning combinations. A side headlock may not be enough, but I think that. Oh
wow!
I think that he's going to be the one who has to maintain his composure here, or he might get surprised by Damon Spriggle.
Nice arm drag again by Spriggle. Another one. Nice pull through. He's going for that. Oh, big knee. Suplex coming up. Oh.
Beautiful high angle.
Wow. Spriggle showing that fire, that fighting spirit.
Chris Jordan on the outside asking for a timeout.
15 minutes remaining in this
Whoa, Spriggle not giving it to him. Instead, huge elbow, laying it in tight.
Hyde Calum trying to get him back in the ring. Damon Spriggle obliging. Damon Spriggle, gentlemen, showing a lot more enthusiasm here. I mean, has Chris Jordan woken the leader of the Spriggle Dojo?
I don't know. I mean, great, almost stunner type maneuver against that top rope. Warrior, do you think the just the blatant disrespect Jordan paid him is what got him going, or is it just a step up an opponent?
No, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I think the step up an opponent is a factor here, but you have that blatant level of disrespect. It lights a fire under you. Jordan knows that, and I think he's going to try to use it to his advantage. Just make Damon Spriggle make those mistakes of passion, if you will.
Every time you step into the ring with Chris Jordan, it is the main event. And right now, Damon Spriggle is rising to the occasion. Oh man, Beard, he's got him, fish hooked him all the way across the ring. That looks terrible. Hyde Calum has got to get in there and stop this.
Hey, Callum's like he sees him.
Reaching new heights here on commentary tonight for Enemy of the People. Who's the enemy of the people? It's Ultimate Warrior.
Yes, true.
And Chris Jordan now mounting Damon Spriggle and really laying in those fists, not pulling it back at all. And Hyde Calum's got to make sure that he's keeping an open hand there.
Did you notice the way he used his leg to hook the arm against the body so he couldn't protect himself? Great veteran move by Chris Jordan.
But Damon Spriggle fighting back here, fighting up to the main event.
That's a veteran Greco-Roman eye rake by the main event, Chris Jordan. That's
and again,
big
the
smile.
double fish hook and pressing his body up against the neck of Damon Spriggle, using that to choke the air out of him. Hyde Calum letting him go for the full 4.5.
Wow, Chris Jordan just having his way with not just the crowd, but with Damon Spriggle right now. Jordan offering crowd members the opportunity to come in and wrestle apparently as well. Snapmare takedown. Jordan basement drop kick. Spriggle is in serious trouble. Warrior, Jordan looks a little disgusted.
He does, but I mean, what? Damon Spriggle's, he's doing his best out there. He's impressive.
Do you think this is an issue, though, of Tuesday night, you're wrestling for the belt, you're wrestling Mr. MAW, you're in a huge matchup, and then you're putting against a Prospect Cup competitor, a young man who is on his way up, trying to build his name to the main event, Chris Jordan. I'm sure that's somewhat of a slap in the face.
If you're asking me if I think that Mr. MAW broke his spirit, then yes. Yes.
Beard, what about you? So I can actually get an answer that's a little less biased.
Do you think Mr. MAW broke his spirit?
Oh! There's that Arn Anderson style spine buster.
1, 2. I think that Chris Jordan, it's going to take a lot more than losing a title match for Chris Jordan to give up on his quest here in MAW to make a name, to establish himself among that upper echelon. And I think that, while it may be a step down in terms of the experience level, Damon Spriggle, Warrior, as you said, has been giving it his absolute all here. Nothing to be disappointed about from Damon Spriggle's standpoint. Chris Jordan, maybe he's disappointed that he hasn't been able to win over this crowd. But again, using the ropes like he used at Slugfest at Summit Brewery.
Veteran ring presence.
Oh, yeah, that's veteran something.
Going
and
back
again,
to the
using
left.
that leverage. And Damon Spriggle.
So when he's doing that, Warrior in Beard, he is pressing down, sinking in, and forcing either for Damon to allow his forearm to slide into his throat, or for Damon to close his own throat, cutting off the airway. incredible tactical work by Chris Jordan. Damon Spriggle's got to get to his feet.
He's struggling to his feet.
He's got to get back to striking. It's what he does as well as almost anyone on the roster.
And laying in these elbows, much to the delight of the historic Mounds Theater crowd, who are firmly behind Damon Spriggle at this point. I think previously, gentlemen, they haven't really seen this side, this fire from Damon Spriggle, but you know, he might realize that it may not all be on the line in an individual Prospect Cup match, but against a veteran like Chris Jordan, think of what a win could do here for the career of Damon Spriggle, and this could be his opportunity.
This is a huge opportunity. Chris Jordan landing awkwardly on the ring pole, falling to the outside.
This was the turning point Tuesday night. He went for that huge knee in the corner, and when he missed it, Mr. MAW, your undisputed champion, Oren Veit, absolutely turned the tables, and that was the beginning of the end.
Spriggle to the outside now.
Huge European uppercut.
And I mean, all the credit in the world for Damon Spriggle even being on his feet right now after being in that hold for so long. That, I mean, his face just beat red, deprived of oxygen.
Really laying it in on the outside here, and Chris Jordan taking a bit of a rest here on the outside. I don't know how the
Spriggle's
fans
gotta
think
stay
about
on
that.
him.
Spriggle's trying. He's still a little woozy. We're still getting a little
Photo op.
drunken
That's
master.
$5. That's $5. I'm gonna talk to that fan after this match.
That's good. You should do that.
Spriggle looks exhausted, Warrior. You're right. That long period of time in that chin lock where Jordan had his feet on the ropes.
He could be setting up for that big rolling elbow.
Oh
no, just a huge lariat.
Again, just building that momentum and unloading.
Laying them out. This could be it. 1, 2.
Whoa!
You're not going to pin the main event that way.
I don't know. That was
Jordan.
a huge lariat. He almost got him.
Chris Jordan has far too many tricks up his sleeve.
Well, here it looks like we've got another one using Hyde Kalem to get to his feet.
It's a little assistance.
Right
Yeah,
to
there's your
Spriggle.
main event, King.
I can't tell you how disappointed I am in that.
No, you didn't seem that disappointed. You don't sound that disappointed now.
I'm very disappointed.
Yeah.
That's a huge amount of disappointment.
I can see it all over your face. And
Disappointed.
going for that
Oh my
superplex.
God.
Oh,
Does anyone
that
do
could be
a
it. 1,
prettier
2.
Oh
superplex
my
than-
God!
How did,
What?
it's fine. It's an anomaly.
Oh, I suppose choking the life out of Damon Spriggle right in front of the ref is an anomaly.
Also uncalled for. I'm not sure what the main event is doing. He doesn't need to do this. He's obviously proven he's the superior competitor.
Yeah. By going
Callum
right
needs
back to it.
to step in. This is his job to step in, Beard. It's his job to officiate the rules.
Well-
it's not Chris Jordan's job.
No, it's
to
not his
officiate the
job,
job.
but it's his responsibility as one of the premier veterans in Minnesota independent wrestling to hold himself to a higher standard. And frankly, I'm surprised at you for defending him, considering...
I'm not defending him. I just said
yeah.
I did not think that was a good thing for him to do. Ooh.
Yeah, he did not see that coming.
You sound broken up about it, King.
I'm extremely upset. I'm very, very hurt by this.
After the efforts that Damon Spriggle has put in here against Chris Jordan, to have it end 1, 2, to have
Spriggle
it
kicks
end
out.
after choking him out, after leveraging his feet on the ropes.
I think you just doubted Spriggle's ability to withstand that type of punishment. This is just Chris Jordan trying to put Damon Spriggle, forge him in the fire,
Yeah.
trying to help this young man find himself. Oh, is he going to go for another superplex? Because no one does it prettier than Chris Jordan.
Yeah, no one does a Greco-Roman eye rake prettier than Chris Jordan either. Up to the second. The third.
Oh!
Losing his balance, but still
Yikes.
that
Muscle.
veteran muscle, being able to put him over.
That's
it.
I will say this. It took not one, but two of them.
I
to
don't
put Damon Spriggle away.
I don't think anyone will ever doubt the fight in Damon Spriggle again.
Well, Chris Jordan getting in the face of referee Hyde Palin. I suppose that is some of that decorated veteran
I don't think he felt that Hyde Callum's his refereeing was main event caliber.
Oh,
He's got to
there
be
it
careful
is, smoothing
because
it out.
Hyde Callan, he'll rage.
No doubt. Well,
He just wants everything to be main event caliber.
Chris Jordan with the decisive victory here after 2 superplexes on Damon Spriggle. Damon Spriggle out in the middle of the ring, but possibly making a number of new fans here tonight at the historic Mounds Theater. Getting checked on by Hyde Calum here. Help to his feet. And a warm reception from the crowd.
Great effort by Damon Spriggle. Just not enough tonight.
Well, we'll be back to see who has enough in the Loser Leaves MAW main event. Scott Story, Airwolf, right after this.